and welcome to today's reading. Today we are using the Illustrated Encyclopedia of the Aztec and Maya by Charles Phillips. And as always, all of the books or decks that are used in my readings are linked in the description box. So if you want to check out any of the materials we use today, you can go down there and see that. And we are on page 61, chapter 3, Appeasing the Gods. In 1428, Maxtla, ruler of the once dominant Tepanec city of Azcapotzalco, was decisively defeated by the coalition of Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, and Tlacopan. He was taken prisoner and put to ritual death in a ceremony that is revealing of the many ways in which war and blood sacrifice served to legitimize political power and safeguard the natural order in Mesoamerica. So it sounds like you may have been used to prove someone's social authority in some way. Maybe this is at work or with a group of friends, but it looks like you were triangulated against and made an example of in some way. Like, this is what you get if you betray me. This could have been very subtle. It could have been something that your personality just rubbed someone the wrong way, and so they started to just say certain things to you that bothered you and made you upset, and then they acted like you were overreacting, and then the people around them kind of got the idea, oh, this person bothered the other person and now they have it out for them, and I don't want them to have it out for me, so I'm never going to rub them the wrong way. I'm not going to question their authority. It's really an unhealthy situation, whatever this is, but it's very much a manipulation of power that you have been experiencing if this reading resonates with you. This could be something that you experienced a lot in childhood. Maybe you had an older sibling or a younger sibling or something like that where you tried to affirm your own boundaries. They didn't like it, and so they took it out on you by getting you in trouble for it or punishing you in a different way that wasn't really directly related to that, but you knew that it was a direct cause of your affirming your boundaries. I'm getting that you've been trying to start something, either a new career, a new way of living, new habits, new friendships, something like that. Anything that's new to you that you have put conscious effort towards creating for yourself, manifesting for yourself. And this pattern is getting in your way. This pattern of feeling like you're going to be hunted just for the sake of being you is causing you to pull back and to not go for this fully. You may have been manifesting for this for a long time, and you're frustrated because you don't understand why it's not coming through. You're doing all the things, you're taking all the actions, you are thinking the right way and all of that, but there is actually this part that thinks that by getting yourself involved with people at all is going to get you in serious trouble. And so this part of you would rather see you alone and upholding your boundaries and feeling lonely rather than being with other people and not being allowed to express yourself at all. Of course, in the larger picture, that isn't a healthy way to cope, but because of the situation that you experienced in the past and as a child in this pattern was created, this social expense pattern, if you will, because of that, it's still there and it's got a hold over your life and your actions and manifestations. And this one is actually the one that's holding you back from manifesting these groups. However, it's not doing that because it thinks that you don't deserve it or because you can't have it. It just doesn't believe that it's possible to have that and also have your personal boundaries too. So deep down, you have this enmeshment type of belief system where in order to have people, you can't have yourself. And this may cause you to feel like you're wearing a mask around people, or people might say that you have walls up or lots of boundaries, and what they mean is that you aren't letting them see the true you. They might not know what that looks like, but they know on some level that what they are seeing isn't really you. You may have a hard time making decisions when you're in a group of people. This is probably a result of that issue as well. So let's say you're in a group of people and they all want to go out for dinner, and they say, hey, where do you want to go? What do you feel like eating? And you're like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm hungry, but I don't have any opinion at all. It's like the second you get into a group of people, all of a sudden, every preference that you've ever had just disappears and vanishes. It's like they were never there, and you just can't feel anything. That is an indicator that you have this issue, this pattern. And so because of that lack of sense of self, when you are with other people, this part of you is trying to protect your sense of self more than anything. So the best thing you can do, I think, is that you learn to take action based on your sense of self, because this part of you believes that it's not possible to have friends and have a sense of self. The more committed to being authentic, the more committed to expressing your sense of self you are, the more you're going to show up in the world that way, even if you think that you're just, walking through the grocery store, picking the things that you want just because you want them, because you're committed to yourself. The people around you are going to start seeing that as you. And because of that, the people who are genuinely drawn to you as you are going to start coming in. This part is still going to be afraid, and it's still going to think that you can't be around them without losing yourself. And it may actually feel worse to have people see you for who you are, because you're expecting that rejection that you got before. But this is a practice, and it's a learning curve. So it's going to take a while for you to build up enough tangible evidence mentally, enough experiential evidence to realize that you can actually find people who like you for who you are, and you don't have to get rid of yourself in order to be with other people. It's also completely okay if you decide to go in this direction, to swear off of relationships for a little while. That could be friendships, romantic relationships, business relationships. It's okay to make space for you to experience yourself, your own boundaries, and learn about them. It's a healthy thing to do for people who have had a serious amount of enmeshment, where it's like your response to anyone being in the room with you is to totally change. And it's hard to figure out who you are when that's constantly happening. It's kind of like you can't heal from a battle wound if you're still in the battle. So pulling yourself out of situations and relationships and things like that might actually be helpful to you if you feel called towards that. If that feels like relief when I've suggested that, that might be something that will help you along your path. You won't be alone forever. It may take a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a couple of years, but eventually you'll come back around, and you will have a solid sense of self. And now it'll be time for you to find other people again, and it'll be very natural, not forced. So I hope this helped. I hope it resonated. Like this video if you liked it. Leave a comment if you want to share your experience. I'd love to hear about it. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell and select all notifications so that you get updated every time I upload a new video. Until next time, bye!